My name is Mike Koch, and I was a police officer. The last 10 years of my career, I was an undercover narcotics detective. Looking back at the beginning of my career, it was the most proud moment of my life to wear the badge. I went into the field because I had the courage and I wanted to be there for someone else that needed the help. Throughout my career, drinking alcohol was basically my coping mechanism. So early on in my career with drinking, I knew that I was an alcoholic. The doctor suggested that I take some pain medication, and I agreed with him. And he prescribed me Vicodin, and that was the first time I ever had that medication, that opiate. And I remember taking it home and sitting on my couch and in pain and taking one pill. It had such a strong hold over my psyche and the physiological part of my body. In my mentality, I felt that I needed it, and pretty soon it became into a dependence situation where if I didn't take it, I began going through withdrawals for the first time in my life and experiencing what a withdrawal from an opiate is, and it's horrific. During that time in narcotics, we were doing a lot of investigations and busts with heroin and oxys. And it happened to be one time I was strung out in our office, and there happened to be some black tar heroin. And I made the decision to take a little piece with me and burn it on some tinfoil and inhale it. And I justified this. That I'm an undercover narcotics detective. I work with numerous CIs. I do countless cases. I'm buying dope off people. I'm kicking in people's doors. I'm taking people to jail. I'm doing a great job. I didn't believe at that time anybody would understand my situation. My life had transformed from an honorable, respectable, dedicated police officer to an undercover police officer who is addicted and dependent on opiates, and at the very end, heroin. I was living in hell at the end of 2011, not knowing what to do and knowing eventually that I would be found out. I made these three choices in my head. I will either run, which was pretty ridiculous at the time. I knew that I probably wouldn't run. I would turn myself in and confess, or I would kill myself. And I had to weigh all three options. And I knew that I was going to lose my career. I knew that I would probably go to prison, and my life would definitely change, but at least the word would be out. So they did find out. However, how devastating it was a relief also that finally I'm able to speak up and say that I need help. My point in speaking and talking about this and my experiences as being a police officer and being currently in recovery is not only to bring out awareness of mental health issues, but also that it's okay to be not okay. And my goal is to help break the stigma of mental health issues amongst first responders. So grateful for what I'm doing right now, because in 2012 when this all happened to me, they didn't know what to do with me, but I knew if I would be able to get through what I had to get through, and that's remaining sober and working a positive program of recovery, and never putting anything in my system that would change my perception of my reality, I knew eventually I'd be at this point right now talking to you and saying that there is help available if you have the courage to stand up and raise your hand. Because I found out that being vulnerable in the field could be a death sentence, but being vulnerable when you're safe with someone, that could save your life. And you don't have to experience what I had to experience in order to find what you need to find to have a happy and healthy life.